Should we get rid of the 24-hour news cycle, or at least slow it down?
Well, no, we shouldn't, because in this country, government doesn't interfere in the news process. And I think what we should do, and when I say we, I think what the media should do, and it's what we talked about earlier, they should clearly label what their programs are, so that way people clearly understand what's news, what's analysis, what's opinion. And then if people want to have their own opinion, you go for it. But when people think Sean Hannity and Rachel Maddow are newscasters, that's a problem. They're not. They're entertainers.
Yes.
And both Fox and MSNBC should label it as opinion, not as news. But they don't do that.
No.
And they don't want to do that.
Is the main problem with social media have to do with the root of all evil, money?
No, the main problem with social media is not social media itself. The main problem, in my view, with social media is people.
Yeah.
They view social media as this one place that they can go and vent their hate and vent their anger. And it shouldn't be that way. Social media could be an extremely valuable tool to help us all get along, to help us advance society. But right now, it's this big, wild west wasteland of hate.
Yeah. And part of the problem is we don't have enough good leaders out there to be spreading positive messages. Instead, it's a lot of negativity, it's a lot of hate, it's a lot of fear. And it comes from the news networks as well, too. But it comes from the people. And that is, unfortunately, those feelings are contagious. And I'll tell you right now, I've had to... I still post things on Facebook and other social media platforms, but I'm really not scrolling to look at anybody's opinions or what's going on in their life anymore. And I felt for a long time like that was important for me to do. We have access to be able to see these things, but what it's created for me is a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress. And I think some of that has to do with me being an empathetic person, an empath. And I start strongly feeling those emotions and thinking about not just my own problems, but what other people are going through throughout the day on top of the news that we're hearing. So as much as I want to support people and follow along, I've had to take a step back from that. So when I talk about the root of all evil, money, with social media, I'm just wondering, when you said something about, you said this at TED Talk, you said that until the advertisers stop making money, until social media stops allowing advertising, it's going to be a lot harder to change. Is that right? Does that make sense?
Well, what I believe what you're referring to is there was a part of the talk where I noted that media companies are not going to change as long as advertisers continue to spend money with them.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to Hannity and Maddow. Those are two very highly rated programs. Advertisers want to be on because they want to reach those eyeballs. So neither Fox or MSNBC or any cable outlet, for that matter, has any reason to change.
Okay.
Money's involved. They got no reason to change.
Well, money has not been a great contributor for progress, I feel. I think sometimes it hinders it. And so that's the issue that I have. Let's talk about, obviously, the energy situation with oil and what that's done. And I could go on and on within other industries and how money has kind of corrupted the systems. But it's definitely corrupted the government at times as well. I'll move on, though. What news sources, I asked you that question already, excuse me, are you optimistic about our future in America?
Well, overall, yes. I know a lot of people aren't. I know a lot of people are fearful. They shouldn't be. When you go through a period of time like this, in every point in history, it feels like you're the only one that's gone through it. This is the first time we've had upheaval, and the first time we've had presidents that are tremendously polarizing. No, it's not. It's happened before.
Yeah.
And in every instance, we have come out on the other side okay. I think we are going to come out on the other side of this okay. It might be a little uglier and more painful than some of the other instances in the past, but I don't see anything that indicates we're headed for a societal breakdown or meltdown.
Okay, well, as long as we get back stronger, I think that's the most important thing for me.
Right.
Tell me about your future goals and what you have planned for after COVID-19. Like, for example, do you have any vacation ideas?
Oh, I always have vacation.
I know ideas. You
do. But, I've kind of put all that stuff on hold because who knows when you're going to be able to travel.
Yeah.
And, I'm well past the point in life where I'm thinking about a year from now. I'm thinking about tomorrow. And COVID-19 is here tomorrow. I can't travel. I'm not going to, I can do other things in the meantime to be as productive as I can. I know there are things that I will do once it's over, but who knows when it's going to be over.
Yeah, we don't know that.
We have no idea.
Well, I'm concerned. School's going to be opening up in a couple of months, and we see climbs of these cases a little bit more than what we saw when it first started, even towards the middle of, let's say May. So I'm definitely concerned. I don't know if everybody else is out there. It's summertime. People are enjoying the weather and trying to ignore wearing masks and protecting themselves. But, if this gets worse, we could see ourselves in another lockdown, don't you think?
No. I don't think we would ever lock down again. And by the way, schools have not decided if they're opening up in...
No, they have not.
In the fall. Yeah, I think if anybody tried to do another lockdown like we did a few months ago, you're looking at potential anarchy. People just wouldn't stand for it. The business owners wouldn't stand for it. People wouldn't stand for it. They would be out in the streets doing what they're going to do anyway. There'd probably be legal challenges against a shutdown for the second time. I just don't. Even if there is a big wave in our area, I still don't see the governor trying to shut anything down anymore. That would just be disastrous, in my opinion.
You're right. It would destroy small business, and we really can't have that because they've suffered enough already. What are some of your favorite hobbies right now?
You mentioned them. Cooking,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Writing music, drinking bourbon, that kind of stuff. Writing, I do freelance writing. I mean, writing like news stories and such,
right.
And editing. So I got plenty to do.
Cool. Well, I would love to have you come on and do a song for us. There's one that I think I sang for you, and it's a song about Dayton, and the shop's closing up at 5. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about, and I even forgot that I wrote that.
It's a great song.
But if you want to, get on my Ray Plays Piano page and take a look at the video that I did on George Floyd and everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to post that for sure. Give me some cooking ideas that you recommend. Just like, what's your favorite thing to cook right now? What are you passionate about food-wise?
I like being creative because if you're going to cook, why not be creative? So the other day I made this chicken avocado caprese with some butternut squash fritters. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah. That sounds great.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
But for anybody interested in cooking, just take it slow, take it easy, make what you like.
And have fun. It's
have fun.
Not going to come out good unless you put some love and fun into it.
Cooking should not be stressful. Well, look at it this way. If it doesn't come out good, you can always save it somehow.
Right. There you go. That's the positive outlook we need, Ray. And listen to some music while you're cooking. That's something yeah.
Steely Dan. I've been listening to a lot of Steely Dan. I don't know why. Steely Dan movie.
Jazz is what I go to. That's my first genre when I'm cooking. There's a few that I have to go to, and it's Miles Davis. He's got an album called Cookin', which is really great. Thelonious Monk, Monk's Dream is probably my favorite album of his. Pat Metheny, I listen to a lot. So yeah, there's a handful. John Coltrane, but
Monk is my favorite if I'm not listening to Steely Dan. Monk is my favorite, and then when I'm grading papers or something, I'll put on a symphony.
Okay.
Like Rachmaninoff's Second.
Sure.
And because it's nice, it's easy, it's soothing. You know.
Sarah's.
You and I are the same when it comes to music. Don't get stuck on one genre.
No.
There's too much good stuff out there.
You're right, and just like anything, it gets old. Everything gets old after a while. I don't care how good it is. And it's great to be fresh and hear something that maybe isn't popular, maybe isn't a 10 or even an 8 on the 1 to 10 scale. But it's just that experience of hearing something new. And gosh, recorded music, as you know, is such a passion of mine. To be able to hear something that was done at a time in a house or a studio, unbeknownst to you, is just really thrilling. It's a simple thrill, but it'll never get old for me.
No. By the way, if you haven't heard Disturbed's Sound of Silence, might be the best song in the last 10 years.
Disturbed. Wow.
Disturbed is a heavy metal group.
Yes, I'm familiar with them. I can't believe that they did that song.
They did The Sound of Silence. Do yourself a favor and listen to that. You will be absolutely blown away about how good that is. I could not believe it.
Wow. I'm going to do that right when I get off here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Ray, thanks for talking to me. I hope we can do this again. You've been really insightful. Again, you're a great leader in Dayton, and we need your voice. So hope you have a good Friday, a good weekend.
Thanks, man. You too. Take it easy.
See you. Bye.